Hey, my friend DK here. Welcome to the channel. So, can you build a perfect team in network marketing? Can you do that with myEcon? Well, quite simply, I'm going to break it down for you, and we're going to compare the myEcon compensation plan and how to build a great team compared to other network marketing companies that have matrices and binaries, and show you the difference between the two and what happens with placement, putting leaders in certain places, certain legs, certain spots, and the difficulties you can run into and the differences between having certain compensation plans compared to myEcon. So let's jump right into it. Let's go hit the dry erase board and let's go take a look. Now, before we get there, really quick, do me a favor, go ahead, smash that subscribe button, hit that bell icon to get notified anytime I put out new content about myEcon, anytime I put out content on making money online, or even when I go live. If you hit that bell icon, you will be the first to know. So appreciate you being here. Watch till the very end. I'm going to throw you a little special something at the end of this video. Let's dive in. Okay, so before we get to myEcon and talking about how to build a great team inside of myEcon with their compensation plan, let's talk about the very popular traditional network marketing compensation plans in and around either a matrix or a binary. Okay. So if you have a matrix, and yes, for all you haters out there, I'm going to draw the dreaded pyramid, but the pyramid is literally anything in life, churches, your job, families, everything's a pyramid. Okay. So just get over it. Now, with you in a matrix, right? What you want to do if you're bringing leaders in, if you're looking to build a really strong team, what people like to do is right at the top of their matrix, whether it's, it's a 2 by, a 3 by matrix, it doesn't really matter. The concept is the same. You want to put your leaders right up at the top, because at some point the matrix will cap off. So whether it be a 2 by 10, a 3 by 10, a 16 deep, 15 deep, whatever it is, okay, the matrices, they always have they always have your cutoff. Okay, so right down here at the bottom. And then anyone that gets placed outside of the matrix, and this happened to me too. I've built very large teams, and I had huge teams. I had a 12 level matrix, and I had huge teams down below my 12th level. So every single month when those people renew, you might not be getting paid on those people. So you want to place leaders at the top. Now, what can happen is as you build some momentum and these leaders bring in other leaders who then therefore bring in other leaders, etc., you're eventually going to have big leaders lower in your matrix, and they could build a huge team that could go again down outside of your matrix, and you could have a massive amount of people way down here. Let's say there's thousands of people down here that you're not getting paid on every single month. Now, in a perfect world, if your matrix has compression, maybe some of these people will get compressed up into your matrix. But a lot of matrices, when it comes to compression, there can be a lot of gray area. Trust me, I've been part of these, so-called matrix compensation plans where they say there's compression, but there really isn't. Or if there is, it's not what you think it is, because there's always gray areas and there's always loopholes. Ultimately, network marketing companies, they want holes in the matrix. They want holes in the compensation plan because it creates what's called breakage. And when there's breakage, meaning there isn't a straight line of active members and there's inactive members drizzled in there throughout, it means there's breakage and they don't have to pay out the full compensation plan, and it's more money for the company. Okay, so just keep this in mind. Companies want breakage in the compensation plan. Okay, so ideally, if you want to build a perfect, matrix, a perfect team, you want all of your big leaders right at the top of your matrix. But does that always happen? No. I mean, it has to happen perfectly. You would have to do a lot of networking on the back end to place everybody at the top. And everyone that's going to stay active, meaning people aren't going to jump from one thing over to the next and get, lured by another shiny object. Now, with a binary, okay, you have two legs. You have one leg over here. You got a left leg, a right leg. And typically you're going to have, I'm going to put a W and an S for, you're going to have a weak side and a strong side. Now, here's traditionally what I've seen with binaries over the years, and I've been part of several binaries. Your strong side, your leaders are always going to go, they always want to go on the strong side. Leaders never want to be put on your weak side. The weak side is typically, And the weak side is also known as, so we're on the same page here. The weak side is also known as the pay side. That's where you get paid from. You get paid from your weak side. So you're out there, you're doing the work, and you're putting, the people that you personally sponsor over here, but all your leaders are typically gonna want to go on your strong side because they want a strong side is also known as the power leg. Okay. Leaders want to be placed on a power leg because most people, and I'm sure you do too, just like I would want one leg already built out for me. Okay. So the tricky part is with a binary is you're trying to balance both legs. You want the same amount of people on both sides, but typically that never ends up happening, a perfectly well balanced leg, because one side always ends up taking off. And usually that's your strong side or that's your power leg where all of the leaders want to be. So, and I've had legs where I've had thousands of people on the strong side and only, hundreds over on the weak side. And, are you getting paid all these people that are over here on your strong side? If they're renewing, if there's thousands of people renewing every single month, you are literally making $0 from that. You're literally making $0 from all of this volume. And it could be hundreds of thousands of dollars in volume that you're not making a single penny on because you're only getting paid on your weak side. You're only getting paid on your pay side. Okay. So a binary can be lucrative, but you also have to build it correctly and you have to get leaders and people that are going to produce on both sides. You have to get both sides to grow. But a lot of people struggle, especially people that land and have a power leg. They struggle because they have, if you don't have builders, if you don't have people that can actually build and know how to build a team, all you're going to have is a power leg and you're just going to have a very weak leg on either your left or right side, and you're only getting paid from that side. Okay. So it can be lucrative, but it can also turn around and bite you in the butt. So, can you build a perfect team with a matrix? Is it possible? Sure. Can you build a perfect team with a binary? Again, sure. But you got to do things very, very right from the beginning. And plain and simple, you probably have to have a lot of influence out there in the market. And you have to have a lot of credibility to bring a lot of leaders in from the very beginning, or things start getting shady. And, maybe there's some shady stuff going on behind the scenes where, months or whatever years down the road, you're seeing top leaders getting placed by the company at the top of binaries or the top of, matrix plans. And then that's some very shady shit going on there. And that's the stuff that's all taboo. And that's the stuff that, you really don't want to be any part of, because if a company is willing to insert people higher up into a compensation plan, then they're playing favorites, and it just gets, that's nothing that you can do about that. It's just, unfair to you, but it is what it is. It's company politics. And unfortunately, yes, it does happen. And I've seen it happen. I've been part of things like that happen, which is very, very unfortunate. So now let's move on to myEcon and talk about the difference between, a matrix and a binary and compare that over to myEcon. So let me clear all of this out. So now we're going to take a look at myEcon, which is a unilevel. Okay. So with a unilevel, all right, is you have you over here, you starting out, and this line right here. Okay. This is your unilevel. And everyone's going to have their own individual unilevel. So these are the people that you personally sponsor. So you sponsor Bob, you sponsor Sue, you sponsor Ed, you sponsor Dave, you sponsor Lisa, you sponsor whoever you sponsor. And that goes out to infinity. So I'm just going to put INF right here, infinity. Okay. This literally goes out to infinity. There's no limit to how many people you could personally sponsor, and they're just going to be all in your unilevel. Now, let's take over here, I'm just going to put an L. Let's take Lisa, for example. When she goes and starts duplicating, she's going to create her own unilevel. Now, what direction it goes, this is really just for drawing purposes. It doesn't really matter. But Lisa's going to go and start sponsoring her people and putting them in her own unilevel. Now, here's the beauty of this, okay? And let's say you got Bob over here, right? Let's say Bob starts doing the same thing. Bob's a big producer. He starts bringing people in, and he brings a lot of people in and a lot of people in and a lot of people in. And then these people go and they start creating their own unilevel, right? And this could get, very, artistically messy here if I start doing a lot of stuff here. But I just want to give you the idea. Everyone starts building their own unilevel, right? Now, here's the cool thing. In any direction of these all individual unilevels, these all go to infinity, and you can get paid on every single person, regardless of direction, regardless of where they go. So if people quit, if people cancel and whatever, and people just keep on going and they keep on building their own individual unilevels, okay, and they just keep doing their thing, you're going to get paid on every single person that comes in after you, regardless of where they are. So let's just say, hypothetically, that a leader, a big leader, okay, comes in right here, okay, and this person hypothetically is on your, we'll just say, I don't even know, we'll just say this person here is on my 10th level. We'll just say 10th level, 10 people down from me. I sponsored someone who came in after someone who came in after someone, 10 levels down. And then this person right here, this leader, and I got an L right here for leader. Let's say this person puts in 10,000 people, just hypothetically speaking here. They put in 10,000 people. Okay. I'm going to get paid, me over here, I'm going to get paid on every single one of those 10,000 people the day that they join and every single month when they renew. Okay, regardless of where they are in my organization, it doesn't matter. And this is where this is different from a binary. There's no strong side, weak side. This is where this is different from a matrix. It doesn't matter where or when they came onto my team. You can reap the full benefit of this person being on your team no matter where they are in your team. So you don't have to worry about politics. You don't have to worry about favorites. You don't have to worry about inserting people into certain positions to keep them close to you or to keep them up high. There's none of that weird, shady stuff going on here. You get paid on every single person on your team the day they join and every single month when they renew, period, end of story. Okay, so that is the big difference between myEcon and their unilevel compared to, again, a binary or a matrix. You don't have to worry about, the politics of where to place people, strong side, weak side, high up in the matrix, inserting people, favoritism, none of that stuff. So anybody could join at any time, blow up your team in a good way, and you could make a boatload of money, okay? That is the power of this business. So again, you don't need to worry about compression. You don't need to worry about matrix cutoffs or anything like that. This is just such a powerful compensation plan. And the average, when you're building huge teams, the average renewal, okay, is between $9 and $13 per person. So realistically, you could even just say, let's just say $11.50 per person. Okay. So let's say you built a team, okay, of, we'll just call it, you built a team of 15,000 people. It doesn't matter where they are compared to you. 15,000 times, okay, $11.50. That's $172,000 a month in income. 15,000 people on your team, $172,000 a month. Now look at your current team. Look at other matrices that you've been in. Look at other binaries that you've been in. If you had a binary and you had 15,000 people on your team, you would be getting a fraction of that because you're literally only getting half of that or less than half of that, which is crazy. And that's where, you need to get paid what you're worth. If you put in the work and you build a big team, you should be getting paid off of that. Okay. So please understand this compensation plan and how powerful it is. I hope this makes sense. Now, lastly, if you made it to this point in the video, do me a favor, smash that subscribe button. Also hit that bell icon so you get notified anytime I'm putting out new content here. You'll be the first to know. And if you want to see really on our team, the funnel team inside of myEcon, how we are the largest and fastest growing team, how we give you over $11,000 in free value for you and your team just for getting started with us, I'm going to leave an end card here at the end of this video. Tap on that. Watch my tutorial, see my full overview and everything that you're going to get. Trust me, it will be worth it. Thank you for watching, my friend. I appreciate you making it to this point in the video and appreciate you watching. If you have a question for me, drop a comment down below and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.